Warning: the show you are about to see has been put together by the world's safest DJ. You will laugh, maybe learn something. He will definitely say something stupid, but you are never ever in any danger.
Hey, 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 motherfucker! Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome back to the DJ show. Welcome back, everybody. Had a week off. Wedding season is full swing for me. Had my first one, not my first one, but like first official wedding this Saturday that kicks me off. And then pretty much every Saturday except for 2 in July till December. So super busy, really excited. Let me say hi to people in the chat. We'll get going. I'll let you know like what the chat is, what's going on here today. Nathan, I gotta tell you, my guy, never. You want to crank one back? Don't you work at a church, bro? Go ahead, hit that sacramental wine. Go ahead, hit that, hit that shit. Let's go. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm here for viewer count. Get to okay. All right, that'd be pretty wild. I think I was close the other week. Yes, this week I will drop one for members. You guys are gonna get a full live set. Everything. You'll see me fuck up. You're gonna see the rain system one kind of glitch out on me a little bit in that clip. But you'll get to see everything. I had about a 2-hour set, so I'm definitely gonna drop that. I saw that going on. Morning. Yes, let's go. Already hit the like. Thank you. Okay, done. If everybody else is here, I don't know how many people are here. 26. Go ahead, hit that like button. Get me to 15. I agree with that. That's part of the fun here, isn't it? What's up, Ricky Fike? Good morning. Okay. What kind of glitch? What happened was while I was, just the play button just didn't work. It's in there. It's like I was doing a slam, and then when I tried to slam, it just didn't. I was pushing play, and I went back and watched the footage to see what happened. And it would go green and not green and green and not green, and then it finally it just went. And then I just for me, I didn't have a chance to reboot it, which is what I wanted to do. But instead, I was like, just fuck it. I'll just hit my cue points. So I hit my cue points whenever I want to do it, and then hit play afterwards, and that worked. I don't know what that was all about, but that was kind of it was a little bit irritating. So I don't know if that is their thing or what, but I'm definitely gonna reach out and try to figure out what happened there. We'll figure out what happened there. I've had that happen to me too. I found you have to switch the song, then go back to the song you want. Ugh. Yeah. There hasn't been an update for that in a bit either. So I don't know if they're working on bugs and then they're gonna iron that all out. But yeah, there was you'll see it had 2-3 seconds of silence while I was trying to slam, and then the song didn't play, and I was like, ah, and I kind of moved the volume up and down, and then it went after that. And so what I was doing after that is I was pre-testing, so I'd hit cues and plays, and it would work. I don't know, but it's the glitchy thing about having something new and trying something new out. But yeah, that was a little bit of a bug that kind of bugged me. Yeah, the play button sounds like what Justin had, but different player. Oh. Yeah, it was literally the play button. I'd push the play button and it just didn't play. The platter didn't spin, song didn't start, nothing. And just if you just hit it a couple times, then it would catch. So I don't know what's up with that. We'll figure that out. Not for me, my guy. I got those buttons dialed in. It took me a long time. All right, 20 years in, but I feel like I finally know how to please a woman. And my woman is not here to back that up. Okay, so wedding season's full launch. We are a go. Had a great one on Saturday. Perfect timeline, 4:30 to 10:30. And then I noticed another one of my timelines. They were wrapping up at 10:30, and I wonder, is there? And I'm excited for this. A trend going around that weddings are going to end a little earlier. Aaron, why would you say something like that? Because Midwest weddings are so goddamn long that I would welcome this in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would welcome. When you're doing this many, man, these days are so long. So I don't know. And I always tell my couples, hey, look, if you guys are done at 10:30, that's totally cool. and you want to keep partying, go have an after party. Go somewhere else. Let your guests pay for their drinks. Let's get everyone home nice and safe. I would love to see 10:30 ends from here. That timeline was just perfect. I had about a 2-hour dance set. We danced from 8:30 to 10:30. It was like all killer, no filler. It was so good. I was definitely down for that. That's the timeline here in the South. We end at 10. I just think that's the way to go. um, there is a weird mentality out here that when I talk to couples or they think that their party isn't good unless it goes to 10 or 11 or midnight. And I just sort of have to guide them a little bit like, no, it's all right. You could still have a really banging party. And, I tell them sometimes, like, when's the last time you stayed up till midnight? And then they're like, oh, well, yeah, we're usually in bed by 9. I'm like, bed by 9? What are you thinking? And then when I get these weddings where, like, the ceremony's at 2 or 3, or they do these church ones here where it's like at 1, and they want to go to 11:30, I go, what time are you going to be getting up? To the bride, says, oh, probably like 6 a.m. 6 a.m. How do you think you're going to feel at 8? That's like, it's kind of crazy. But I'd love to see that trend kick in. I'd love to see that. Here in the Pacific Northwest, 75% of our weddings are 4 to 10. It's amazing being out of the venue by 11. Dude, ugh. When I hear stuff like that or see stuff like that, it makes me want to move out of here. 4 to 10 is all you need for your wedding. That's all you need. 6 hours is the max that you need to do everything that you want and have a really good party. I know I hear that all the time. 2 a.m. and then, oh my God, Tornaboda. 2 a.m. I guess if everybody's partying that hard, but can I be honest with you? DJing for 5-6 hours would be just completely exhausting to me. Just the headspace, trying to, pick the next song and standing for that. Do you take a break? Do you end up taking a break? I would insist on like the band, like, all right, folks, I'll be back in like a half hour. I need to sit down for a second. Is the entire wedding from 4 to, yes, the entire wedding. So 4 o'clock or, 4:30, the ceremony begins. Dinner was at 6:30. Then we wrapped up. We did speeches, dessert. They did their sunset photos. Then about 8:30, we started the dance, and the last song was 10:30. And then we shuttled everybody out. Everybody was gone by 10:45. It was just the best. It was my kind of wedding. Thinking about 10 is the normal. Wow. Where are you at? Where are you located? Last summer, a lot of the bars in downtown Champaign, Illinois, start closing at 10. It's spilling over into private events. I like it too. I think that everybody is realizing this, and I say this all the time to my couples. I say, usually nothing good happens after 11. That extra hour of drinking, and then there's some groomsmen that have been starting drinking, super early. So what I noticed too is that a party really hits the rails. If the dancing kind of runs out, because after you've been drinking, like, then I start, instead of like dancing and woo, it's more like, they're, they're just kind of like doing that. I've been that drunk before where you're like, if I move, everything is coming out of my body. And I feel like some of these people hit that kind of limit. So 10 o'clock is a great end. Ended at 10. Most dance sets are 2.5 hours, sometimes 3. Midwest is 11 or 12 always. Yep, it's couples wanting to max. Yes, that is 100% it. Even talking with couples and explaining how to achieve their desire. I know. It's because the venues here will be like, you could have the venue from 10 to midnight. Why are they giving them that much? And I think that they're trying to win the couple over. They're trying to win the sale by saying, you got the venue, the whole spot. But if they all collectively got together and said, hey, let's all agree that we're not going to let people in till 3, and they all got to be out by 10, we'd have better wedding timelines. And it's funny, I go to these venues that do this, and they're always bitching to me like, yeah, they're here. They want to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning, so we had to be here. Like, well, you allowed it. You allowed it. Even bars end at 10 or 11. Yeah, I just think that now people just we don't hang out as late as we used to. I just don't think that people do it. Can anyone recommend any speaker that has, okay. I don't want to talk about speakers. Looking forward to my 8-hour wedding, December 5th. I have one. This weekend is a travel. Oh, so here's a good chat. You guys let me know as I explain this. Put your best tip when you're doing a travel gig. Like, what is your best tip when you know, all right, I'm traveling? So, like this weekend, my gig is 3 hours away. Matt, you might know where I'm going here. I can't remember. Let me see what this city is called real quick. I'll tell you where I'm going to be. Yeah, it's the Rothschild Pavilion. I should have. What the fuck? Rothschild, Wisconsin. Rothschild, Wisconsin. It's 3 hours. So I'll tell you my plan and what I do when I do travel stuff. It is a little nerve wracking when you know you're going to be away from everything. You can't be rescued, you know. So I overly back up everything, right? So what I do with that is every song that they want at any point during the night, I have it on my iPad in a Spotify list, and then it's downloaded. So I'm not having to stream it. That's backup number one. Backup number two with the rain system one is, having everything on built into on an SD card. Backup number three is my laptop. So I overly back up everything to make sure. Then I make sure everything's charged. I pack plenty of underwear. I did an oil change yesterday to make sure my car is good to go. Tires are good. That way, there's just no sort of elements that are going to interfere or cause any problems. So, my plan is this. When I have days like this, I like to go up the night before as opposed to spending the night there and then getting up the next morning and driving home. Unless it's like a wild drive, like when I had that 6 hour drive a couple weeks ago. But for this one, it's about 3 hours. So I could do the whole trip. I could do the whole thing in one day. I could. It's not a problem. But 6 hours in the car, and then it's an extra long wedding. It's 3 to 11, I think. Because they really, same deal. She was just really insistent on going till 11. Just in their head, they just felt like the party's not a party unless we're dancing for 4 hours. So the dance starts at 7 and the last song is 11. So I'm highly anticipating this thing kind of fizzles out. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna hit the road. But my plan is to go up early and spend the night before, which, okay, side complaint. Hotels kicking you out at 11 o'clock in the morning is that bullshit or what? Um, so I'm gonna stay as long as I can at the hotel, have a nice lunch, take my time, head out to the venue, get all set up. So that's sort of like my thing is I make sure everything's printed, timelines are printed, I double check, triple check everything, everything's downloaded. Oh, yeah. No, so all the music is on the iPad. I also have all the music downloaded on the laptop, so shouldn't have any music problems. And then I have my backup controller, which is, you guys keep asking me this, it's the Mixtor Pro. That's always in the backseat of my car. So that's sort of like my plan when it comes to backup stuff. Let me check, come in here and see what you guys are saying here. We're still talking about 10 o'clock, 10:30. Yep. Yeah, man. I agree with that. It's after 10, go out with a bang. 100%. I always tell my couples that 4 to 10, man, you guys are killing that. This is the way. This is the way. Oh, that is a great tip. That is a fantastic tip. Do not book yourself some flea bag hotel. Okay? I'm staying at a 4 to 5 star, right? And I built that into my travel fee because you get a shitty night's sleep, then you have a really, really long day the next day. That is really good advice. Don't do that, and also be careful what you eat. You know what? You don't have home base. So I minimize my eating in the morning. So like in that case, I would probably not eat a big lunch. I'm gonna have a light, maybe coffee, a bagel or something for breakfast, and then just have that carry me all the way through. Tip for travel geeks: invoice for mileage, per diem, lodging, hydrate. Yeah, yeah. And I have been making the mistake up until recently of undercharging for travel. And here's what changed. I think I told you guys this, but when I had a couple ask me to come out, and this one is about 4 hours away, and I realized I'm gonna have to give up the night before. So the wedding was on a Saturday, and it was a busy time of the year, and I was like, "There's no way I'll be able to do it Friday and a Saturday at that distance." So I doubled my rate, and they agreed. And I was like, Oh my God. Making double my rate one night. Okay. I'm not charging enough. Like the one I'm doing in Nebraska later this year. Um, I think I under quoted it because I didn't know. I've never done like these travel. Now these travel things are coming, so I'm just trying to figure it all out. But from now on, I'm doubling it up. You can wear underwear for two. Wait, not me, bro. Best travel tip: have a Pelican or SKB work box that you take everywhere with possible item needed. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what any of that means. Yes, I do. It's coming with me and it'll be fully charged. It will be in my bag at the reception as well. Just in case. Just in case. um, do you have set hours for your packages? Yes, I do. Oh, mine are 6. I'm 2 years ago, did away with the unlimited hours thing because it pissed me off. I hated doing them. And so I did away with them. So now look, in the Midwest, it's baby steps. So I have to give 7 hours for a ceremony and reception. If I gave them 6, I'm one of the only DJs I think in my market here that is doing this, by the way. I have another friend I believe is doing this. I think Jeff does this as well. DJ Hamster Dance. If you guys aren't already following him, super cool dude. But shout out to my boy. He's the one too where when I was thinking about limiting even how long my dance set was, he said he does the same thing. He limits his dance set, open dance to 3 hours. Like you can't have a dance set longer than that. So I built that now into my contract. So I've limited hours, and I used to be able to add on an hour for a price, but I cut that out too. So now they can't. So 7 hours is the longest that I will DJ a wedding. And it's because I do so many and it's too long and it sucks. So I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Anything that's more than 3 hours away, I'll try to rent speakers. Oh, at the place. The thing is like, thanks, bro. The thing is about renting stuff, I just get nervous because everything I have is so dialed in. I trust it. I know how it plugs in. I know how it works. I'd like showing up to a Guitar Center and handing me a couple of PVs that have been banged to hell. That stresses me out. So, if I'm going to do a travel, I want my stuff. I want to feel confident in the things that I have. That's just my thought. Another travel tip: know your floor plan layouts inside and out. Yep, that's good too. Even I would say, call out to the venue if you've never been there before and just kind of check in with them. You brought it up. What's up, dude? Okay. Destination weddings hit different. I am based in Cape Town, South Africa. Wow. So lots of overseas wedding parties. Australia, UK, USA, typical summer weddings, 4 to 2. Good grief. 5 to 6 hour dance floor. Oh my God. If I did that, I would charge $10,000. That would be it, man. I know. I don't get it. Like, there's no way the dance floor is packed that whole time, right? How are people without a cocaine bar, like, making it that long? You've got to be doing bumps in the bathroom for a 5 to 6 hour dance set. Yes, you have to be doing drugs. Well, certain kinds. Mushrooms, no. Cocaine, yes. That would be it. I would have to it would be the Pablo Escobar package, 5 6 hour dance. Well, you're going to want the Escobar package. Okay. Comes with 5 hours of dancing and about a kilo. Oh my God. But even for me, that sounds like a nightmare. I would not be interested in doing that. Okay. Let me show you this clip that I found. This has been kind of going around the intranet. And I want to see your guys' take on this. And then I'm going to show you, right after that, I'm going to show you my CRM that I built. Because I think it's fucking cool. And I just want to share it with you guys. Okay. Now, have you seen this video clip that's been going around? Oh my God. Let's just watch this real quick. Yeah, so we got a groom here, and I don't know what he was pissed about, but just slapped the cake in front of all the guests. Let's watch that again. Bam! He doesn't look happy. She's standing there. The whole thing's on video, thinking to herself, did I make a mistake here? Now, I'm not sure if this is fake or not, and then you guys will have to let me know in the chat if this was fake. It doesn't look fake, but who knows nowadays. And when I saw that, I was curious if any of you had seen anything similar to that, or you had like some red flags go up, during a wedding. Either the groom overreacts or a bride sort of loses her mind, and you're sitting there going, "Oh my god, these people are gonna get." I mean, like, imagine on what is supposed to be the happiest day of your life, crashing out like that. So I don't know. It's like that's my question. It could be. It's I don't know. Someone needs to do a grok check on it and just double check that or not. But it looks real and it was going around. But imagine losing your temper and smashing the cake in front of all your friends and family, in front of your brand new wife. I mean, honestly, I think if that let me just say this. Let me just say this. I've Oh, seriously? That's how you seen that bride smack the groom for like a real slap, like a for real slap? Holy shit. Well, I agree with that. I hate that tradition, especially if she doesn't see it coming or they didn't talk about it ahead of time. I don't like that. When did that start? Who did that first? And it was before the viral stuff. So word of mouth carried the cake smashing thing. Was it in a movie? When did that start? Because I hate that. And like this right here, if that was my daughter, um, laying hands. I'm swinging and I'm laying hands in front of people. And you know what? I'll do it. I'll do a day or two in the tank. All right. You put me in cuffs. I'll gladly walk. I will walk my ass right into that car and fingerprint me with my head held high. And my booking pictures would just be head up. Yeah, I smacked the shit out of this guy because I'm not letting this guy marry my daughter. Not letting him marry my daughter. No chance. I've only had one time where I was red flagging. And, it's weird when you get on a Zoom call with a couple and they let their have you ever had them sort of just be too comfortable with you? This happened to me where they just were arguing like they were home alone. And I was just in the room while they were legitimately arguing. Like, not even like the playful, like, oh, stop it. You know? It was like, I'm telling you, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, oh, you saved that receipt for that ring? Oh my God. I once was on a Zoom call and felt uncomfortable for the first time just by the way that he was talking to her. There was just no respect. It was it was just short fuse, very condescending. She would make suggestions and he would sort of like make fun of her for it. And I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And it's never our place to step in. Like, hey, can I talk to you privately? You want to step out of the room? Teddy? Hey, Ted, you mind stepping out of the room real quick for me? You gotta get the fuck out of this relationship. You know what I mean? That's not our place. But I just feel like, man, nobody's stepping in on these guys. So I don't know. Yeah, right? It's just the weirdest thing when you sit there and you're just like, oh, I don't think you two should be, yeah, you two should be together. Yeah. I do 5 or 6 days because that guy won't be walking again. That guy won't be walking. I saw a groom smash the cake in the bride's face. She was pissed the rest of the night. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was probably his boys telling him to do it and thought it would be funny. It's not. It is not funny. If anything, if the girl gets the guy, that's fine, but like even that I don't agree with because they're not being careful. Have you ever had icing go up your nose? It's all night. You'll never get it out. I hate that tradition. I hate that tradition. Oh, here's the missus right here. It's so fake. Did he smack it with a wing? Why did that cake make that noise? Oh, I couldn't hear it. Divorce paper sitting next to. See? Imagine if I did that to you on the wedding day. I just smacking cake. I mean, walk right out. She should have walked right out. Wedding over. Send him packing, right? Good grief. I've had grooms that were pretty much hands off to planning, for planning anything, and the bride did it all, kind of red flag. I've had that too. That isn't always like a red flag to me. Um, it is when there's sort of like giving the attitude that it's her job. And I've heard that too, where, he's kind of like, that's woman's work kind of shit. Yeah, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Um, that carries over. That carries over into the wedding. So, anyways, just thought that was interesting, and I just that pissed me off for that girl. I felt bad for her, and I hope she walked away. Yes, I was on a Zoom call with parents and couple. The groom's dad kept making inappropriate jokes about doing cocaine at the wedding. Oh, I probably would have leaned into that. I actually did do a joke with a couple once about that. It was at a wedding fair, believe it or not. We were talking about dancing and how hyped, and I made a joke like that, like when they said that they wanted like a 4-hour dance. I think I said to them, "Well, are you going to be having a cocaine bar?" And they both. I was getting that kind of vibe from them, and they both started laughing so much that became our like inside joke the entire time from like booking till the end. That was our joke. And I even forgot about it until I jumped back on the final call with them. And then they made a reference to it. It was like, oh yeah, we joked about that. So I guess that kind of wouldn't rub me the wrong way. Unless he had like powder all over his face. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, this guy's actually fucking doing bumps. You're supposed to smack Kate. Yeah. I had a groom throw his wife in the pool in her dress after she smeared. Oh my god, like angry throw her in, like pick her up and drop her in? Like, was he laugh? Oh my god. But then again, a pool wedding, I'm guessing a lot of Keystone Light. No one's really sober at this wedding. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I want to show you my CRM. And I've made a lot of changes to it since the last time I showed you. And I'm very quickly going to address two things that happened once I did it. First is this. This kind of pissed me off a little bit. I don't understand this. Okay. Usually I let this stuff like go. And to Greg's credit here, he did hit me up and apologize for this, but I don't understand. All I was doing was just trying to show you guys something cool that I came up with. And I get hit with this. Look, I'm not thin-skinned. I can take a joke, but sometimes you guys are fucking assholes. All right? Sometimes you guys are assholes. And this was a case of it. Like, and the thing that like irritated me the most about that whole thing was he didn't even watch the video. And that's what drives me even more crazy, Um, the reason why I did this thing is because I tried them all out and I didn't like any of them. And Amy is here and she can definitely attest to it. I was on the couch and I was trying to tweak it and add things. And I had a vision. For me, I always have like an idea of how I want this to work. And in my head, I have a workflow that I do that I'm used to doing for 8 years. I wanted something that would make it easier for me, that would simplify things, that would keep track. My process beforehand was dog shit. I would get a lead in an email and I would copy and paste it into Notes app and then I would just manually do everything. And I would lose track and it was crazy. So I wanted something. And the best ones that I saw before I made my own was HoneyBook and Studio Ninja. Those were the two cleanest Apple-looking ones. They had apps. They were clean. They were great. I liked both of them. But Studio Ninja did not do two-way Google syncing, which bothered me. And then HoneyBook just had some limitations as well. But HoneyBook was great. But all I did was I was like, I'm going to make my own. But I did try another one out. I know. And like I said, he did mess it. So I'm not mad at him anyways, but it was just like when you make a comment on something and you didn't even watch the video, that I don't care if you watched it and you're like, bro, you're full of shit. That's fine. Okay. I'm fine with that. But it's when you don't watch it and then you thought I was doing it because I was trying to save money. That was not the case at all. I was just trying to find my solution. Okay. And one of them that I tried out was this one called EMP DJ. Okay. And I signed up for it and I was on the couch for hours trying to link this thing up, make it work. I did. I was all over his AI chatbot because things weren't working and I couldn't figure it out. Not like the other two. HoneyBook, Studio Ninja, Very easy to figure out. I didn't have to basically ask any questions to get up and rolling. Very simple. This other one wasn't. I did a Zoom call with this guy, and he kind of was showing me how to set up Google and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, great. And then I released the video, and then he says this. He says this. Oh, I wonder where he got this idea from. Right after doing a trial with EMP DJ, then absolutely ghosted me. That is not true. Like a day went by. It was over the fucking weekend. And I see your menu options. You clearly stole chunks of my ideas. I didn't. Bro, I would love to. I'll be honest, okay? He also said that he disclosed his trade secret to me that he uses AI to build his CRM. What an egg! Oh, what? The golden goose has been revealed. AI? Okay, number one, I don't even remember you fucking saying that. Number two, and Matthew, I appreciate Matthew coming in the comments during this guy, but I got the idea at Midwest DJ Live when I watched this guy build a website from scratch. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. So that's what hit me. It's like, I don't like any of these CRMs. So I'm going to go and I'm going to make my own. And that's always been the case. And look at all this. I mean, he's just so upset. He's like, he thinks that I stole in years and I didn't. So I don't know. Fuck that guy. Fuck EMP DJ. Fuck that guy. I was nice to you. I said, no thanks. I appreciate your time. It doesn't do what I want to do. I couldn't even send a fucking contract to a fake lead that I made. It didn't work. All right. There it is. I'm done. Now let me show you this thing. Okay. Rant's over. I just being called out like that when I was nice and cordial and I was not trying to steal his idea. I was just trying to make something that worked for me. I'm being honest with you guys. I've always been that way. With my other business, I almost bought a franchise. I almost spent $50,000 and bought a after-school program. I was that close. And then as I was looking through it, I go, it doesn't do everything I was wanting it to do. And then I had to pay a kick out. And I just said, fuck it. I'm going to make my own. And I did. And that was 8 years ago. Okay. So that's who I am. I do that. I look for something. If I don't like it, I make my own. And I had low expectations of this, by the way, because I've tried to build stuff with ChatGPT before, and it's not been good. But when I switched over to Manus, and shout out to Nate Acosta, who told me about Manus, he was showing me stuff that Manus was doing for him. And I was like, whoa, now that is the next level AI. So I thought, what the hell? Let me give it a shot. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through this thing, okay? All right. It's made a lot of changes since the last time we were here. Let's hit that like button to you guys. Get me to 40 likes if you're still here and you haven't done it yet. Thank you. I'll bite. I bite, baby. And that's what I'm allowed to. I love it. Aaron gets all angry. Yeah. Look, things roll off my back. I'm all right. I let it go. But when I get accused of something and it's just like, no, I didn't do that. Anyways, well, fuck it. I don't care. Okay. Let me show you the new layout, how I have this thing built, and how I have it work for me in my mindset. But right here's my dashboard, okay? Over here, I added this check a date. And what I love about the check a date feature is that if I pull this up here, I can type in any date, and it will automatically go to my Google Calendar and see if I'm available or not. That was the original one, but now I've added it too. So when a lead comes in, right here, all I have to do is click on their date in my recent new leads, and it's automatically going to check for me, and it will tell me, nope, I already have a date. March 20th, 2027 is booked, Brian Olivia. However, I'm not going to lie. Taylor Swift is wanting me to do her wedding, so I'm going to go ahead and bump those other motherfuckers. Okay, so the other thing that you'll see here in my dashboard is my all leads. These are all my leads and where they are currently sitting in my pipeline. Over here is the date requests. These are the dates that they want, so I can see clearly, and they're organized, by you know what I'm talking about, numerically by the calendar, so I can see if anybody is asking for a double. Right, very easy to see that. Down here, I've got my Google Calendar that is accessible here, and I can just pull it up and see everything that I have. I can jump to a date very easily from that. I built a task window here so I can add tasks and a date for myself. And over here is revenue tracker. So the way I have this split up right now, I'm having it track revenue, and I don't have everything in yet, but revenue from this year, revenue for next year, revenue for all, and I have it split up to tell me how many times I book a photo booth, how many times the uplights are being sold, and my phone, and then I can manually add stuff here as well. So if I want to, I can add a DJ service. I can add it if they sent me a tip. I can add a deposit in here, put the amount, save, and I have it automatically. If I said if I'm if I'm putting it in now today, then assume it's a 2026 revenue tracker. So now I have that being taken care of. Last thing on the dashboard is down here. This is me. This is my brain. I like to see where I am in terms of how many events I have booked and at what point did I have them booked. Okay, so that I can compare that. So in 2025, I did 56, and then I know that by May 3rd I had 10, and by March 14th, 2025, I had my 50 book hit my milestone. Then I can do the same thing. In 2026, I had 59, so I can see where I booked them. And now I'm doing the same thing over in 2027. But now I have it doing this for me automatically. So anytime I put a lead from my pipeline into booked, it's automatically going to recognize that and add up the number to 18. And then when I hit 20 leads in booked, it will say 20 booked, and it'll timestamp the date. What did you use to Manus? I used Manus. I'm gonna put a link in the description for you guys to check it out. And then down here, this is sort of like an overview of my pipeline, where everything is, where everybody is. Okay. So let's go check out. So a new lead comes in. What happens? When a new lead comes in, I get an email notification, and then this pops up on their page. Okay. So let's go to their profile. And I made a fake one just so we could do this. Fun. Okay. So what happens is on my form on my website, it collects all this information. I have it go that if they select wedding in the drop-down menu, then it automatically adds a partner field where they can add their partner's name. Okay, so we're doing Taylor. She's got a Gmail account. That's interesting. She won't even pay for her fucking Gmail. That's her number if you want to text her. Wedding, the date, again, and I can click on that and check it again here anytime I want if I wasn't sure, and it took me back there, so I'm going to fix that. There's the partner's name. If they give me their email in the lead form or phone number, I can set it there. I purposefully leave out the venue in our connecting or in our first, on the form page, because that's my first question I asked them. And then track, how'd they find me? When it was created, did they opt in for SMS? And then here will be where if they book a Zoom, I'll add that in there. Up here, I can manually add them to the different places in my pipeline there. I'll show you another spot I can do that. And this is where they put in their notes in the form. I knew you were trouble when you walked in to the wedding I saw you DJ last week. You were not only the right fit for us, but really, really, really good looking and handsome and funny. Please be my DJ. All right, Taylor, let's see what I can do. Down here at the bottom here is where I'm keeping track of how often I followed up with them and how I followed up with them, either email or text, right? And once I do that, I hit the follow up and I hit mark on and it tells me the date and what I did to follow up. So my first initial email goes out, and I don't count that, but I count up the 2 follow-ups directly after that. Now check this out. Let's say I did 2 follow-ups with them. Okay, so I emailed them. Here, let's just do it. So let's say I sent a text email. Let's say Mark is done. Bam. You can see that's checked off text, and it has the date on there when I did that. If I do both of these and they're ghosting me, then I just tap this little toggle here, and it says marked as ghosting. Then, where am I at? They're in a new lead. And if I move them into contacted, let's go to my pipeline. We'll see them right here. And look, it's got a little ghost emoji next to them now. So now I know they're ghosting me. Okay. Isn't that kind of cool? Okay. Let's go back here. We'll take that off. So how do I contact with them? All down here is where all of our communication is going to stay. Email, text, notes, task, AI tools, right? So first thing I'll do is I'm going to email them. So the lead comes in. So let's email. And I have this connected to my account, okay? Which is what you have to do. Right away, bam. Her email address is right there. Let me go to templates. First contact. Subject, let's pack that dance floor. Hi, Taylor. Great news. I'm currently open for your date. Where is your venue? I actually am changing this to not where is your venue, and I should have, do you have A better way of saying that now is, do you have DOP? Damn it, I can't type. Do you have your venue booked? Right? Talk soon. Okay. Gives me a little preview down here so I can make sure all my tags are working, everything's spelled all right. And then I would just hit send email and bam, it goes. Once it goes, it is sent. Okay. Same thing with SMS. If I'm sending a text, I have templates over here, first contact, and I have tags. Hey, Taylor, thanks for reaching out. I'm currently open for your date. Did you book your venue? Aaron, the DJ. Bam. I can send the text just like that. Okay. Notes. If I even leave a note here, um, she's in love with me. Be careful. Okay, so I'm gonna leave myself a little note. I'll save that. And now you see the little notes here thing. See how that lit up? That lets me know, oh, I have a note here. Same thing for task, same thing for AI tools. Okay. I'm telling you guys, this is and by the way, this all works on my phone as well. This all works on my phone. And I've had leads come in and I've used this and it's working perfectly. Everything is working perfectly so far. Here's the new leads page. Let's move Taylor back into the new leads page, okay? So I'm gonna move her back in here. Oh, and by the way, I can just drag and drop them in my pipeline too. So you can drag and drop people in the pipeline. So here's my new leads page. Lets me know what my new leads are. I can directly email or text them right from here. Conversion rate. If I click on this, this is keeping track of the leads that come in and whether or not they book. Leads this month. Here, let me make that go away. Leads this month. This tells me how many I got this month and how many I got last month. And then over here for sources, this is helping me keep track of what the sources are. Google, Instagram, they were a previous guest, they're a referral. And look, as I hover over them, it gives me all that information. Look at this. Yes, in order for it to do text, you have to get a service like Twilio or something, which is what I'm currently doing right now. I'm waiting for it to be approved. Yeah. Why they hit me up and then ghost me? Okay. I can also manually, just every time I click something, I can also manually add a lead here. Okay. So if a lead comes in from a different source like Instagram or TikTok or Facebook Messenger, then I can set them up right here. So I put their name, phone number, email, event type, same kind of deal, all that stuff. I puts it in there and then it automatically populates in my new leads page here. Okay. All right. So that's all that. Let's go to pipeline. A couple things I like about this pipeline is one, it lets me know where everybody is sitting, what they're doing. I have some automations happening here. Once if they book a Zoom call through my Calendly, I now have that integrated right here as a webhook. So if I get a meeting set and it goes into my email, it will send that to my CRM. It will look for my current leads and look for matches, names, email, phone number, dates. And when they find the match, it will automatically put their date in that Zoom link in their profile right here. It'll set it right here and it will automatically move them into my Zoom scheduled. And it will give me this little badge here that tells me when the Zoom is. So then I can see all that from right here. So as we see, I've got the date in there, Zoom scheduled, and look here, I have a task here. What was my task here? Oh yeah, I got to set a travel fee before the Zoom call. So that lets me know, okay, I've got to see, I have a little travel, little note here. And then my note from them is he was a guitarist at a wedding I did last year. So that's a nice little note for me. Pipeline thing too. If I have a date, let's go back to Travis and Taylor here. Where is it? Hang on, let me reload it because I'm supposed to have. There it is. Let's say that their date comes in like it is here, and it's unavailable, right? And that's a bug. I need to fix that to keep me where I was. Let's go back to their page. Sorry. I'm gonna hit not available. When I hit not available, it automatically deletes all their messages that we have and moves them into the not available space, but it keeps track of the lead so that I can keep track of all that. So now I have a not available spot. Okay. Anything else in the pipeline? Yeah, once a lead hits Vibo sent. So let's say that let's say that we talked and they wanna book. Vibo info sent. That means I sent them my Vibo. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I want to send them an invoice request, an invoice. Here's what's cool, guys. I have this all set up with my Venmo. So I'll send them an invoice. It pulls up her email, says how much that the retainer is due. But as you see here, total, there isn't anything down. So what I got to go down here and I got to set everything. So let's say they want me for the full and they want the photo booth and they want the works. They want everything I got. So we're going to tap on all that. Okay. And let's do a travel fee because we're going to Mexico. So I'm going to add $1,000 travel fee to that as well. Okay. And there it is. So there's their total. Everything that they have total, right? Then when I send the invoice, now it shows up here. Retainer due. This is the retainer. This is how much I collect for the retainer. Any notes I want to leave. This is all their information, how much they're due. I send the invoice. It goes to their email box. They tap on that, and then it says pay via Venmo with a big button. They tap. Let's see if I can show that to you. I don't want to, just in case it screws everything up. But it takes them right to my Venmo. It puts the amount into the Venmo that they owe me right to my account, and they just hit pay, and it's done. And then I go back here, and then a little tag will show up right here. It says confirm payment. So once I get a Venmo, I tap that, and then it automatically moves the retainer toggle to retainers paid. This is what the value is. This is what the remaining balance is. How cool is this? Okay. I've been going for a little bit. I've been ignoring you guys. I'm sorry. Let me go down here. It's kind of beautiful, Aaron. Thank you. Right? I'm telling you guys, and it's how much time have I put into development? Probably, let's see, when did I start this? I started this on Wednesday or Thursday, about a week. I think I've been working on it for about a week and 5 to 6 hours a day, maybe more than that. I've been up really super late. Hours, lots of hours, over 200 hours probably, at least. Because I'm just pitching ideas to it, and it's like, yeah, no problem, let's do it. And it's all working, like it works. The fact that I could integrate my Calendly so that if appointment comes in, it'll analyze all that info and automatically put it into the date. And it's just taking a lot of the work that I was doing out of it. Okay. And now that I can take payments and it will do my Venmo because Venmo doesn't have API. So you have to, it's tricky, but we found a hack, right? And it looks beautiful. I do want to kind of show you. Let's see if I can show you it. Just see what the invoice looks like. Let's go back to when I was sharing this page, and let me change this. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so that is Google Chrome, but let me switch over to it. Yeah, here it is. There it is. All right, so you can see this is what it looks like when they tap on the email. This is how it shows up. This is how it looks to them. It takes them to this window, retainer due, pay via Venmo, nice big button. They tap that. It goes right directly to my Venmo and it puts the dollar amount in there. It's going to do the same thing for the final balance. And if they want to, we came up with this idea that they could come back and say, I've paid via Venmo, and and then it will do it themselves. Most people won't do that, but it gives me the option in my CRM that I'll see that, and then I can go ahead and set that as well. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back here. What else I'll see what else I want to show you, and then I'll take some questions that you guys have too as well. All right. So that's all looking good. Then, they sign the contract, they move over there, and then they're booked. Okay? Booked is done. Let's go over to communications. I love this. Communications, this is where all my emails and texts are going to sit. So when I text somebody, it goes here. And this was a lead I got a couple days ago. Hey, Claire, great news. I'm currently open for your date. I can definitely take care of the ceremony and reception. Where's your venue? Okay. And then this is her reply to me. And then we go back and forth and they're interested. And bam, I sent the link for the Zoom. So it's going to keep track of all of that here. If a wedding is over or I'm done, I don't know why it's sliding down there, but I need to fix that. But if I want to delete, I just right click, delete all messages. I can get rid of all those. I can even split them up to just show me emails. See, this is what happens. You as you go through it, you find little bugs, and then I fix it. I'll tell Manus about it. I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. But let me show you two down here. If I want to send an email, I'll type it all out. I have my access to my templates. I also have access to my tags. So if I want to just automatically populate that stuff, and then I added a polish as well. So after it's done, I said polish it up, clean it up, make it sound more relaxed. I go for a very relaxed email back and forth. Not a lot of, I don't put signatures in and I try to make it feel like it's a text. So all the communications are in this window here, back and forth. I can keep track of all that stuff. Okay. Here's where all my templates are that I built, and then I can rearrange them any way I want. Just build a template right there, an email or an SMS, post event reviews. Here's what's cool. After a event is over, immediately after, when I get back onto my dashboard, it's going to have a notification on my dashboard. Hey, this event is over. Let's send them their review. And how it works is this. When they're ready, or when I have it ready to go, I can email or text it. I put the couple's name, their date, and their email. Now, I'm able to do that automatically from their account. So let's go back to Taylor and Travis. Let's say the wedding is over. You can see up here it says send review request. So I'm gonna tap that. Bam. Has their names, their date, their email. I left a little toggle here if they gave me a tip. And if I say yes to that, then there's a little extra phrase that goes onto the email when I send that. Then I left a spot here where I can upload a JPEG, PNG, or an HEC, which is the Apple one, and it will compress it because I always take photos of them, their first dance during a ceremony. I upload the photo, it automatically embeds it into it. And then when I'm ready, I can either send now or I can send in 3 days, 1 week, and it tells me what the date is. So I can automatically send it. So for example, this was the wedding I just did on Saturday. I have it scheduled to go out tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Their thank you. There's the photo of them during their first dance. It has my Google in there so they can automatically send get a review. All right. Is anybody still here? Thank you. Let's see. Does it send you calendar reminders for Zoom calls or reminders on your phone? I don't need to do that right now because what happens is that already is happening in my Google. So when they book a Calendly event, it automatically goes to my Google Calendar and automatically has 30-minute reminders for me. So that is already going via my calendar. I just don't like I didn't like the interface of that. And so it's not clean. This works for me. I like the way that this looks. Thanks, bro. What if they want to pay with another form of payment? Cash App. Yeah, good question. If that's the case, I'll ask them that ahead of time, and then I'll just send them a PayPal invoice. I'll just do it differently. But I will say like 97% of my couples are all good with Venmo. But the ones that don't do it or they want a credit card, I'll just do it the other way around. So what's your plan? Are you going to enter the market with this as a subscription service? Good question. I figured you guys are going to probably want to know that. Here's my thought. I don't want to be a CRM person. Because I'll spend every waking moment answering tech questions. So you guys tell me what your thoughts are. Here's my thought. What I'm going to do when it's all done is I'm going to have Manis create everything that this is as a prompt. Okay? In steps. Step 1, let's get the base, let's get the bones. Step 2, let's integrate your Google. Step 3, blah 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 blah. What's your vision? What do you want? What do you want to happen? And all those things. And then so that would be something that I would sell to you guys. And then you could just take those prompts and dump them into whatever AI you want to use, Claude, Manus, ChatGPT, whatever one you're using. And then it would build you what I have. And then you can go through and then tweak it how you want. You can brand it. And that's why I said I sent it my website and it branded it this way automatically. I uploaded my logo, so put my logo on it. So that's why it went black and it went with the cards and everything, because that's how my website looks. So it made it look like my website, which is awesome. I just uploaded like, yeah, cool, no problem. So I didn't really have to tweak the look at all. And I just love the way it looks. I love all the colors. I just love it. Pops. So That would be my thing. I would create a in-depth video like I just did here, where I showed you step by step everything that does, all the automations, everything that it is. And then you just go into your version and you do what I've been doing for the last couple of nights, and you get an idea and you type it in, or you don't like this, or you find a bug and you just sit down and you figure it out. So that's my current plan. I don't know what you thought. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Amazing work. Make sure you ask Manus to write up all the requirements. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So this is my thought. This is my thought. That's a great idea. Don't sell it because then people will be sent. That's it. I want to avoid that. I don't have the time to be a professional full-time CRM dedicated person. I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because I'm enjoying sitting down and creating this. I'm doing it because it makes sense in my brain, the workflow, how everything goes. And it also is taking so much of the admin work away from me that I was doing beforehand. All that stuff is now automatically doing is just making my life so much easier. Too much work, Aaron. DJs are lazy, bro. After wedding, I'm not building a C. But that's fine. Then you get what you currently have. And I know you're just being funny, but like, that's fine. I've made time for this. I stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning going through and doing this because I enjoy it. And I know in the end, this is a positive thing for me. Could I could I create a turnkey CRM package? No, because you guys are also fucking idiots. Okay? I'm not saying you in the chat. You are my people. I'm saying in general, I would get nonstop. Aaron, I can't find it. Oh, Aaron, I fucked the whole thing up, right? I can't help you. I don't want that. I don't want that. So what I'm doing here today is just showing you two options. One, you can sit down and do this yourself. I'm no coding genius. I'm not a genius at all at any of this. I just had an idea. And I think the wild thing is that it came to life very quickly. I've done projects like this before where I've worked with people. And the struggle with that is that you would send in your, changes or tweaks, and you'd have to wait a day or two to do it. And then you find something else. And that's what would happen here. Every time I'd fix something, I'd find 2 more things. But because it's working for me and with me at all hours of the night, instantly, just like anytime I find something, got it, on it, fixing it, doing it, done. It was an unbelievable experience. And it does cost money. So you have to, with this particular AI, you need to buy credits. And I definitely was burning through those really fast. So I've spent probably about 150 so far, which is nothing. So Aaron, you're the IKEA. Yes. This is the IKEA CRM. That's really funny, dude. Cool. I love the DIY. Yeah. I know. You can say I did this for one. I won't answer questions. Thanks. Pretty much. This is the new world. We don't need devs to get things done. It's happening very fast. I mean, I feel bad for people that do this for a living. And I don't think that I think this is what you would do. You would go this route if you want to sit down and you want to customize this and you want to have this work in your brain. Like it works the way you think, right? Because I think a lot of CRMs out there, it's not their fault, but they're try to be generalized for a mass audience. And, maybe nobody wants the emoji ghosting toggle on theirs, but I did just because it was fun. So, that's the thing. It's like, man, if you want to, when you sit down, you put the time in, you can really get what you want here. Make it available as shareware with a donations button, no support. That's an interesting idea too. Would you guys even pay? I don't know. And as long as we have product ideas and features, yeah. Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions before I go ahead and bounce? That was kind of the meat of it. I'll show you one other quick thing. I do have some automation set as well. I'm currently continuing working on those. But right now I have, so in a Zoom call, I have it set up so that it looks at the date of the Zoom call. So, for example, if I had a sales call today, May 6th, tomorrow, that couple, that lead is automatically going to move into the 3-day hold period. Let me show you what that looks like. Where's Taylor? Here they are. All right. Where's my 3? Okay, so here's a 3-day hold period. Now, the 3-day hold period for me is with a couple with a lead. I tell them, hey, we've already met. I'm going to hold your date for 3 days. I'll reach back out to you, see if you're ready. I say, it's not a pressure at all to book. I'm just letting you know after that amount of time, I reopen your date for other couples. So if you're ready to make it happen, very cool. If not, no worries. So what happened, you see, as soon as I moved them into the 3-day hold, now I have this badge that's showing 3 days left, and it counts down 2, 1. When it gets to 1, it goes to red. And that lets me know, oh, they have 1 day left. Or now, if it hits 0, like when that time is up, then it shows back up on my dashboard as, hey, their time is up. You need to reach out to them. And that's what I do. Final balance invoice auto send. After the day of our final Zoom call, automatically their final invoice will send to them as well, if they still have a remaining balance. And then I have some automatic stuff. Post-event review requests. Automatically send a review request to clients after their past event based on the schedule you sent in post-events. Pipeline follow-up automations. Sends automated follow-up emails or texts when to a lead. Configure to... Yeah. So I have some of those, some automation emails that aren't turned on yet. But I can create and add any other kind of automations that I want. Stevie just became a member. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. That's going to be worth it to you. Lots of great content on there. Lots of great content on there for you. Here's an idea. Make it free for members, then jack up memberships to $20. Oh, I don't hate that idea. You're a good ideas guy. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. That's just me. That's just the way my brain works. I'm always trying to come up with ideas, and I just want to share it with the guys. Let's just see what I'm cooking up, passing it on to you. Anyway, and I hope this does. I hope if any of you guys have been sitting there like, man, I just don't love the one I use, and I'm willing to sit down and put the time. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to be a coder. Just explain to it what you want and what you want it to do. And then you got to think ahead. So, for example, last night or 2 nights ago when I came up with the Calendly integration, what hit me right away was like, oh, shit, what happens if somebody goes on my website, sets up a Zoom meeting, which they can. It's going to, the way we originally had it set up, by the way, I always say we, me and Manus, and I haven't decided what the gender is, but I am joking around that it's a girl, and it's pissing Amy off. Aren't there people out there like falling in love with with their AI bots or something? I thought I read something about that. Like, imagine us having to do a wedding in the future for, Cynthia and her AI bot, and it's just like a TV screen up at the front. That would not shock me. Loneliness is a thing right now, and it's kind of, man, I'm glad. I'm glad I don't have to date. I'm glad I don't have to do any of that, but it's wild. I think that could be, you guys, we might be marrying AI. What if they're two AI? What if you get an email, a lead come in, and they're both not real when they become self-aware? Then they fall in love with each other. And now I'm doing a wedding, and people are showing up. I think we have a very weird future ahead of us. This is fun now, but I think we have a very weird future ahead for all of us here. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, Calendly, yeah. So I realized that it's going to create a new lead. And so then I was like, oh, shit, that's going to happen. So make sure that before you create a new lead, have the system check it for dates and days and times and all that stuff. And if it matches a new lead, then automatically assume that that's the lead. She already knows. She already knows. She already knows. Okay, cool. All right. What are we at? That's an hour. That's good enough. That's good enough. What did we learn today? Man, red flags at a wedding are a real thing. It's not our business to interfere. But man, it's weird when you end up sitting through a meeting when you're like, I don't think these two people should get together. We also learned don't be a dick. I mean, I don't mind being a dick, but just like, you don't always have to be a dick, you know? Can we be nice every now and then to each other? Is that so hard? And then look, I'm going to put a link in the description for this AI. I'm going to keep working on it. I haven't decided. You guys let me know in the comments if you're watching this on a replay. Let me know, like, are you interested in this? How would you want me to make this available to you without me having to do anything? All I want to do is take your money and give this to you, and then I'm done. I'm fucking out. Okay? All right. See you guys next week.